There is something going out in the mail from Social Security on December 26th for all beneficiaries, and this directly impacts your money, your benefits, and your finances. I'm talking about 75 million people who are going to be receiving this document in their mailboxes starting in just a couple of days. And I need you to understand exactly what this is, why it matters so much, and what you need to do with it when it arrives. Hey everyone, it's Tony here at Retirees Benefits. For those of you who are new, I've spent years helping people navigate Social Security, Medicare, disability benefits, and everything in between. I've personally helped families understand their rights, decode confusing government paperwork, and make sure they're not leaving money on the table. When I tell you something matters, it's because I've seen firsthand what happens when people miss important details. And today's topic? This is one of those details you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Especially because this document could be directly connected to that $2,000 stimulus payment we keep hearing about from the president. Yes, I'm going to connect those dots for you in just a few minutes. Here's what we're going to walk through together in this video. First, I'm going to show you exactly what document is being mailed out on December 26th to all 75 million Social Security beneficiaries. Then, I'm going to give you 5 critical reasons why you need this document, and why you absolutely cannot just throw it in the trash. Third, I'm going to connect this directly to the $2,000 stimulus payment situation and explain why having this document could be the difference between getting that money quickly or not getting it at all. And finally, I'll give you specific action steps for what to do the moment this hits your mailbox. Okay, so here's what's happening. Starting December 26th, Social Security is mailing out tax documentation to every single beneficiary. If you live in the United States, you're getting an SSA 1099 form. If you live overseas or outside the country, you're getting an SSA 1042S form. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, wait, I don't file taxes. Why do I care about a tax form? I'm throwing this in the garbage. Stop right there. Do not throw this away. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why this document is critical, even if you never file a tax return. This affects every single person receiving money from Social Security. Let me be specific about who needs to pay attention. Retirement beneficiaries. If you're collecting Social Security retirement, you're getting this. That's about 52 million people right there. Social Security disability insurance recipients. If you're on SSDI, this is coming to you. Roughly 9 million disabled workers need to watch for this. Supplemental Security Income recipients, SSI beneficiaries, you're included too. Even though SSI is technically not taxable, you still need this document. Survivor benefit recipients, widows, widowers, children receiving benefits from a deceased parent, you're getting this form. Veterans receiving Social Security. If you get both VA benefits and Social Security, you need this for the Social Security portion. And here's a big one. Anyone who received back pay from the Social Security Fairness Act. If you were one of the lucky beneficiaries who got that lump sum payment and higher benefits in 2025 because of the Fairness Act, you absolutely need to see this form because you might have tax liability on your hands. Bottom line, if Social Security paid you even $1 in 2025, you're getting this document. Let me break down exactly why this matters and why you need to keep this document safe. This SSA 1099 form shows the exact amount of money that Social Security paid you in benefits during the year 2025. Now, here's what most people don't realize. This information isn't just being sent to you. Social Security is also furnishing this exact same information to the IRS. Why does that matter? Because if there's a mistake on this form and it says Social Security paid you significantly more than they actually did, the IRS is going to come knocking at your door wanting a piece of money you never even received. Now, let me be clear. It's highly unlikely that Social Security made a mistake. These systems are pretty accurate. But mistakes do happen sometimes. When you get this form, I need you to scan through it quickly and verify that the amount listed is accurate. If it's wrong, you need to get it corrected immediately by calling Social Security. This is your official, legal proof of income. Let me give you some real-world scenarios where you might need this. Let's say you're trying to buy a car in 2026, and the dealership needs proof of income. You whip out your SSA 1099 and show them exactly what you received from Social Security in 2025. Maybe you're applying for housing assistance, energy assistance, food stamps, or any other benefit program. They're going to ask you to prove your income. This is how you do it. Perhaps you're trying to qualify for a Medicare savings program or extra help with prescription drug costs. They need to see your income. This is your golden ticket. For moms who are widowed and living on survivor benefits, for veterans trying to access additional programs, for disabled individuals applying for state assistance, this document is your proof that your income qualifies you for help. Now, millions of Social Security beneficiaries do file tax returns, especially if you have other income sources like a pension, part-time work, investment income, or rental income. If you're one of those people who files a tax return, you absolutely need this document to get the accurate dollar amount of your Social Security benefits. Your tax preparer is going to ask for it. Tax software is going to prompt you for it. You cannot complete your return without it. Even if you've never filed before but you had a big change in 2025, maybe you sold a house, cashed out a retirement account, or received that Social Security Fairness Act back pay, you might need to file this year. And if you do, you need this form. This is huge for a specific group of people. If you were one of the beneficiaries who received a large lump sum payment in 2025 because of the passage of the Social Security Fairness Act, congratulations, first of all. But second, you need to understand that lump sum payment could create tax liability for you. The SSA 1099 is going to show exactly how much you received, and that information is critical for determining whether you owe taxes on that money. Many people who got those back pay checks ranging from $10,000 to $50,000 or more might be surprised when they realize some of that is taxable income. This isn't something to panic about, but it is something you need to be aware of. Look at that form carefully. If you received a substantial lump sum, strongly consider talking to a tax professional about your situation. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the $2,000 stimulus check that the president keeps mentioning. First, let me be crystal clear about something. We do not know if this is actually going to happen. The president continues to say it's going to happen. His advisors keep saying it's going to happen. But there's skepticism out there from various sources, and we simply don't have concrete legislation yet. I'm not here to tell you it's definitely happening. I'm not here to tell you it's definitely not happening. I guess we need to take the word of the president and the administration who keep coming back and saying it's going to happen, so maybe it will. We just don't know for certain. But here's what I do know. If you want to be in a position to receive that money quickly and easily, if it does happen, you need this document. Let me explain my thinking here. When it comes to the distribution of money in the form of a stimulus payment, a rebate, a dividend, in advance of a refundable tax credit, whatever they want to call it, there are always rules and parameters. Sometimes you need to prove your income. Sometimes you need to meet certain thresholds. Sometimes, in weird rogue situations, they might even require you to file a tax return to get it. Now, generally speaking, and I've said this in many videos before, it's not about filing a tax return when it comes to stimulus payments. It's about your income. I still stand by that 100%. It is about your income, not about whether you filed. But here's my disclaimer. If for some strange reason they decide you need to file a tax return in order to receive this $2,000 payment, then you need this tax documentation to do that. If someone typically doesn't file a tax return and their income would show as zero or very low on paper, then fine, we file a simple return to get the payment. And this SSA 1099 gives us the accurate numbers we need to input. Again, I don't foresee that being the case, but if they do require filing, we need to be prepared. Here's what I really want you to understand. As a fixed income beneficiary living on Social Security, by default, your income is almost certainly below whatever thresholds they would put in place to make someone eligible for a $2,000 stimulus payment. If you're living on $1,500 a month from Social Security retirement, your annual income is $18,000. If you're on SSI at $943 a month, your annual income is about $11,300. If you're on SSDI getting the average of $1,537 a month, that's roughly $18,400 per year. These are not high incomes, You are going to be well below any reasonable income threshold they might set. And this SSA 1099 form? This is your proof. This is your document that says, look, this is my income. I'm way below the threshold. I qualify for help. You need to have proof. You need to have documentation. This is it. Okay, so let's talk about exactly what you do when this document shows up. You're going to receive it one of two ways. Option 1, electronic version through your My Social Security account. If you have an online account set up at SSA.gov, you can access your SSA 1099 electronically, usually before the paper version arrives. This is actually the fastest way to get it. Option 2, physical paper version delivered to your mailbox. This will arrive sometime after December 26th. For most people, it'll show up in January 2026. Here's your step-by-step action plan. Step 1, open it immediately. Do not let this sit in a pile of mail. Do not ignore it. Open it the day it arrives. Step 2, scan through it and verify accuracy. Look at the total benefit amount listed for 2025. Does it match what you expected? If you received roughly $1,500 per month all year, it should show around $18,000. If the numbers look wildly wrong, call Social Security immediately. Step 3, file it somewhere safe. And I mean safe. Not I'll deal with it later safe. Actually safe. Here's the thing. We all have a safe place for important documents. It could be a drawer in your kitchen. It could be a filing cabinet. It could be a shoebox in your closet. It could be a folder in your desk. Wherever you keep birth certificates, marriage licenses, deed to your house, insurance papers, that's where this goes. Step 4, keep it for the entire year. Do not throw this away in February. Do not lose it in April. Keep it through all of 2026 because you never know when you're going to need to prove your income. Whether it's for that $2,000 stimulus, for applying for assistance programs, for getting a loan, for qualifying for Medicare extra help, you need this document accessible. Step 5. If you file taxes, give this to your tax preparer or input it into your tax software. If you don't file taxes, that's fine, but still keep it safe in case rules change or you need it for the stimulus payment or any other benefit program. Let me be very straight with you about the $2,000 payment situation, because I don't want to give you false hope, but I also don't want you to be unprepared. We don't know the rules yet. We don't know the parameters. We don't know the income thresholds. We don't know the eligibility requirements. We don't know if you'll need to file a return or not. We don't know the timeline. We literally don't know anything concrete because no legislation has been passed. What we do know is that the president has mentioned it multiple times since November 9th. We know his administration keeps saying it's coming. We know there's talk about it. But here's my philosophy. Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. Position yourself to receive money easily and quickly if they decide to send it. Don't get caught scrambling for documentation you threw away. Don't be the person who misses out because you weren't prepared. If they want to give us money, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to position myself to get that money as fast as possible. And I want to do the exact same thing for you, for this community. Get yourself in position to receive money fast and easily. This document puts you in that position. Now, quick disclaimer as always, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not professional or legal advice in any way, shape, or form. I am not your accountant. I am not your CPA. Talk to your own professional about your specific tax situation. That's not me. But what I can tell you, based on years of experience helping people navigate these systems, is that being prepared matters. Having documentation matters. Knowing what's coming in the mail and why it's important matters. Before we wrap up, I do want to mention a few pieces of good news for Social Security beneficiaries going into 2025, because it's not all complicated tax forms and uncertainty. The 2025 cost of living adjustment was 2.5%, which means your benefits increased in January. For the average retiree, that's about $48 more per month. The Medicare Part D out-of-pocket cap dropped from $8,000 to just $2,000 in 2025. If you're someone taking expensive medications, this is potentially life-changing. The earnings limit went up for people who work while collecting benefits. If you're under full retirement age, you can now earn up to $23,400 without losing benefits. And for those who benefited from the Social Security Fairness Act, you saw a substantial increase in your monthly payment, plus potential back pay. That's money you earned and deserved. Look, I know navigating Social Security feels overwhelming sometimes. I know you're tired of confusing forms and uncertain situations. I know you just want clear answers about money that's rightfully yours. But here's what I need you to remember. Being informed is your superpower. Understanding what's coming in the mail and why it matters puts you ahead of millions of people who will just throw this form away without thinking about it. You're here watching this video, which tells me you're someone who takes action. You're someone who seeks out information. You're someone who's going to be prepared when opportunity knocks. So when that SSA 1099 arrives after December 26th, you're going to know exactly what to do with it. You're going to verify it's accurate, file it somewhere safe, and have it ready for whatever comes next, whether that's filing taxes, applying for benefits, or yes, potentially claiming that $2,000 stimulus payment if it actually happens. If this video helped you understand what's coming in the mail and why it matters, please hit that subscribe button right down below. It's 100% free and it means you won't miss important updates like this. Please share this video with other Social Security beneficiaries in your life. We're talking about 75 million people who need to know about this document. Help me get this information out there by hitting that share button. Drop a comment below and let me know. Did you know about the SSA 1099 form before watching this? Are you going to keep it safe this year? Are you hopeful about the $2,000 stimulus payment? I read every single comment and often make videos based on your questions and feedback. And check out the other videos I've linked about Social Security benefits, stimulus payment updates, and programs that can help you stretch your income further. There's so much information that can help you. Remember, this is your income. This is your documentation. This is your proof. Keep it safe. Stay informed and position yourself for every opportunity to improve your financial situation. Happy holidays to you and yours. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next video.